Well, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're out here on the boat today and we're gonna be doing some inshore fishing, but we don't really have a plan. We haven't been out in a while, so we have no idea where the fish are or what they're doing. So we're just gonna be hopping around, hitting some spots and see what we can get into. We picked up some live shrimp at the bait shop, got some lures to throw. So we're just gonna go out, have some fun, give it our best shot, and hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish. But y'all come right along with us. Let's get into today's video and let's see what we can catch. So we're just pulling up to our first spot right now, and we're gonna start by throwing some live shrimp, free lined or under a popping cork. I'm gonna show you all the setup, show you how to hook it up, and then let's go ahead and get to fishing. Okay, so today I'm just throwing a spinning reel right here with some 20-pound braid, and then I have some 20 or 30-pound fluorocarbon leader right there, and we're basically just free lining. So we have a small, this is a number 6 treble hook right here. I like to use anywhere from number 8 to number 6, and then we have our live shrimp. So all we're gonna do to hook them up is just take them, and we're gonna run it right through the horn right there. That's gonna keep them from dying, and it's gonna keep them on the hook very well. It's the hardest part of the shrimp. So right through the horn, he's gonna sit down there, jump around, and hopefully attract a bite. And then I do have a tiny split shot right there. I still consider this free lining. I know some people don't, but the only reason I have that is just to slow the shrimp down and get them just a little bit below the surface of the water. If not, they'll just sit on top and swim around all day. And right now, those trout aren't coming up and popping. They're about 4 or 5 feet down. So that's just gonna slow him down enough to bring him to that fish, but he's still gonna be able to freely swim around wherever he wants. So let's go ahead and toss this out. And right here, we're going for speckled trout, redfish, and really whatever else bites. Let's get after it. We're just gonna sling it up onto the wall, this broken up rock wall right here, and just let it slowly swim around. And we're gonna have our barrel open in case we get bit. And every once in a while, give it a couple little pops just to wake them up. There's one, on cue. Nice trout. There we go. I don't think there could have been a better demonstration. That is a nice keeper speckled trout right there. And the new regulations went into effect, guys. So if you don't know, down here on the Texas coast, we went from being able to keep 5 fish a day to being able to keep 3 fish a day at 15 to 20 inches versus the old regulation of 15 to 25. That right there is probably a 15-inch trout. Let's find out. Just kidding, he's 17. So there we go. We're gonna pop the hook out and we're gonna keep doing this and see what else we can catch. Y'all stick with it, stay tuned, and enjoy the video. So the shrimp are pretty big today, but the fish don't seem to mind. We're just taking that treble hook, hooking them up right there. And then all I'm doing is slinging them up next to the shore, and I'm pulling it off the bank and giving him some little pops like that to keep it off the bottom, because there's a ton of rocks and structure right up against the shoreline, and we don't want that shrimp to get snagged down in him. So a few pops and then just waiting for a big old thump. Oh my gosh, guys, we are hooked up to a big old trout right now. Look at that thing shooting across the water. Oh, he's way up on the rocks. That thing absolutely shredded my drag. I don't think I've ever felt a fish bite that hard. Had a live shrimp and just bam, completely knocked slack in my rod. My whole rod shook. That's a big old trout. Get him, get him. Now net him. All right, y'all take a look at this big old trout. Ah, that is a monster. It's only 24.5 inches, which is big, but the crazy thing is how fat it is. Y'all check that out. It is wider than my hand. A true big old mama trout. Awesome looking fish. Let's go ahead and get a release on it. Let's cast back out and see if we can catch another. So we're just taking another live shrimp here, hooking it up right through the beak, or right through the horn, I should say. Tossing them out. Trout. Probably a keeper. Thank you. Nice keeper trout right here. You can drop it out there. There we go. A nice, probably about 16, maybe close to 17-inch trout. I just had my line sitting out there unhooking a stingray off one of the other rods, and got one. Measuring it. 17 inches, bigger than he looks. Well guys, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. We ran out of shrimp. The shrimp are giant right now. They were about that big, just big old jumbo shrimp. Probably would rather be eating them than using them for bait. But y'all go ahead and come over here and take a look at this box right here. We got a nice little box of fish. We got a couple redfish, a few trout in here, and I think there is a bonus drum underneath. And then of course, everyone's favorite fish, the gaff top. Don't sleep on the gaff top. That is one of the best eating fish out here, I promise you that. But I did catch my first limit of the year and of the new limit. So I put 3 trout in the box today, and then my dad caught a trout and 2 keeper redfish. But like I said, that's it for right now. I am gonna be doing a catch and cook, so y'all make sure to stick with it, stay tuned. I will see y'all in the kitchen in just a minute. But what is up, y'all? We are back in the kitchen, and I got 2 beautiful speckled trout fillets right here. And today we're gonna be making some fish burgers, which is really great whenever you go out and maybe you don't catch a whole lot of fish, maybe you only get 1 or 2 trout, or for now, because the limits changed and we can only keep 3 trout, maybe you want to take those 3 trout and be able to feed 10 people with them. So this is a great recipe that I'm going to show you guys to stretch those fillets out just a little bit longer and make enough food out of a little bit of fish. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're just going to start by slicing up our fish into little cubes. So we're just going to make a few cuts down here, and we're just going to dice this up. And now this recipe is real simple. It only has like 4 or 5 ingredients, but you can make it as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. But y'all know me, I like to go simple with it. So all we need for this recipe is of course our fish fillets, and then we need some breadcrumbs, an egg or 2, depending on how much fish you're using, and whatever seasoning you want, and that's really it. And everything else is optional. You can add whatever toppings you like, whatever sauces you want. Tomatoes, lettuce, doesn't really matter, but real simple. So we're just gonna finish dicing up this fish, and then we'll see y'all for the next step. We have all of our fish diced up in our bowl, and now what we're gonna do is just add in some Cajun seasoning. So you can use whatever kind of seasoning you like. I'm just gonna add in some Tony's because it's what we got. So we're just gonna give it a healthy amount in there. And if I wasn't making a fish burger or a fish slider like I'm making, then I would add onions, like dice up onions and dice up celery, and maybe even bell pepper. But honestly, I just didn't feel like cutting that stuff up. And whenever we're putting it on a burger, I don't think it really matters. But if you were gonna add that stuff, then it'd be more like a fish cake instead of a fish burger. Also a very good meal to make with just a little bit of fish. So now we're gonna add in our breadcrumbs. And you kind of just have to guess on how much you need. We'll figure that out in a minute, but now we're gonna add the egg. And we're gonna stir that all together. We're gonna need to add some more breadcrumbs. And you just gotta repeat this process until you get the right consistency to where the fish cakes will stick together so they don't fall apart whenever we're cooking them in the pan. Let's see if we can make a patty. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and throw these in the pan and fry them up. We've got a thin layer of oil in the bottom of our pan, and we're just gonna toss in the fish cakes now. And I'm making them pretty small because we are eating these on little slider buns. So that's about perfect size. We got that on a medium-high heat, and it should only take maybe 3 to 4 minutes per side to cook it all the way through. While those fish patties are finishing up, I'm gonna show y'all the sauce that we made. So we're just gonna be topping these with a little garlic lemon aioli. And this is real simple to make. All you're gonna do is add a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise into a bowl. Go ahead and dice up some fresh garlic. You can use the store version, but fresh is always better. Then you're gonna throw that garlic in there with that mayonnaise, and then top it off with a squeeze of fresh lemon. Mix it together, and that's it. Y'all take a look at those perfectly golden brown fish patties. Now let's go ahead and build this burger for y'all, and we're gonna try it out and tell you how good it is. We just have some little buns that we toasted up, and we're gonna start by adding some of that garlic lemon aioli to each side. Perfect. And tartar sauce would work too. Any type of sauce you want is gonna be perfect. Now we're gonna take ourselves some iceberg lettuce, put it on bottom there. And then we're gonna take our fish patty right on top of that. A slice of tomato and our top bun. Look at that. That thing is tall. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get my mouth around that thing, but it looks good. I think that's gonna taste great. Let's go ahead and give it a bite and try it out. All right, we're gonna take the Krabby Patty right here, squeeze it down so we can fit our mouth around it. Let's go ahead and go for it. Oh, look how awesome that looks. All right, first bite. Every time I make a fish sandwich or a fish burger, whatever, it's always 10 times better than I remember it and better than I expect it to be. This thing is amazing. You have that awesome fried fish, and then you just mix that with that fresh tomato, the fresh lettuce, that sauce, and the toasted bun. I don't think it gets much better than that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off and probably make another one, but I wanna tell you guys thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, I thank you guys so very much. That's it for right now, and until next time, peace. I know I just ended the video, but I had to come back on here real quick to tell you guys that this is like the best fish sandwich that I've ever made and the best one that I've ever had. You have got to try this out, but that's all I want to say. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.